Our trip began in the worst possible way, driving through Kansas. The state wasn't all bad, though. Buried in the downtown of Wamego, Kansas, was a delightfully unique winery named after the only thing Kansas is known for, the Wizard of Oz. They had some really good wine and even better labels for their bottles, and they're also the only winery we went to that could deliver their wines nationwide, so they get bonus points for giving us the option of being repeat customers without having to return to Kansas. We also ended up in this literal hole-in-the-wall taco place with possibly the best Mexican food we'd ever had. That was a pleasant surprise as well. Despite all of that, though, we were very happy when we saw the state line for Colorado, and while it didn't immediately feel like we had escaped the dull chasm of Kansas, the scenery quickly changed for the better, and soon the famous Colorado mountains were visible through the gloomy sky. For dinner that night, we went to one of my brother's favorite brewing companies, Avery. They had a really cool tour of their beer-making process and also an amazing selection of food to pad our stomachs for more drinking. Highly recommended if you're in the area. Okay, so we just got to the cabin, and this kind of looks like the place where horror movies happen. So wish us luck. Inside, though, was a whole different scene. We were beyond impressed. I take back the comments about this being a murder house, because it's pretty fantastic. Super cool.
I don't even have to have anything to do with you guys. Whatever. I have my own house here.
That's fine. Bedrooms. I have 2 beds. Just hop between them. This is crazy. Never stayed in a cabin before. Also, llama picture. And llama carpets. Pretty great. Although I guess that's what people also say in murder movies. The next morning, we could finally take in the actual view from our cabin, and to say it didn't disappoint would be an understatement. It also gave us a view of the mountains we were about to hike to the top of. I'd never hiked up a mountain before, so it was exciting, but also intimidating. I'm not exactly in mountain hiking shape, but my brother assured us that Deer Mountain was hardly the most dangerous hike, and was definitely worth the effort. And so we began our approximately 3-mile hike, stopping almost constantly to take in the ever-changing sights. Everything from snowy mountaintops to lakes to local wildlife gave us reason to marvel and reason to rest regularly, as the distance from the base got further and the air got thinner. Who said hiking was fun? I did. Hiking's not fun. We're almost all the way. Why wouldn't we finish now? Mom's tired. So we're high enough up to see snow.
Yeah.
That's...
I hate snow at home, but we're taking pictures of it.
Right. Yep. I can officially no longer remember what season we're in.
It looks like Narnia.
It does look like Narnia.
Awesome.
Well done, Colorado.
Yeah, maybe.
It is snowing up here.
Snow frog? Snow it, yeah.
That's crazy.
Get a video up here, just like sweep around.
I feel like we're in Skyrim right now. Matthew apparently thinks he's Gandalf the Grey now. Found a sweet walking stick. But we are in a bit of a Hobbit adventure, so I suppose it's fitting.
stick, strap it in.
I don't think we need to take the ring to Mordor. 'Tis a silly place. See,
Why is this
I'm
fun?
gonna step over here. See, you made it. I'll give my stick back.
Despite our doubts and complaints, we did eventually reach the summit.
We're at the top of the mountain. Pretty incredible.
Once we reached the top, we enjoyed the view, had a nice mountaintop lunch, and then when our picnic got bombarded by chipmunks, we got totally distracted by their fuzzy adorableness and didn't even care that we were on a mountain anymore. Chipmunks were more important. Unfortunately, part of hiking up a mountain is also going back down. And that was made noticeably more difficult by the snow slopes now being more like slides. Mom didn't seem to mind though.
It was fun sliding down that mountain.
Alright, when it snow. How's your butt?
Overall, the return hike was much easier and more relaxing due to less incline. It gave us an opportunity to just take in the view one last time, before leaving our first Colorado mountain behind and heading back to the cabin, exhausted but victorious, to celebrate with s'mores over the fireplace.
So, despite having a fireplace, we're using the stove for marshmallows. Because
We suck at firemaking.
I was trying to make it sound better. But yeah, because we suck at fire making. Except that one, that's a nice fire.
See?
Doesn't matter how you make it, it's still a s'more.
After s'mores and a relaxing movie, our bodies were failing us, so it was time to rest and prepare for the next leg of the journey ahead of us. Little did we know, that first mountain was just a warm-up.